Hello and many thanks for joining us on Express Update. We are coming to you from our studios within the Ministerial Enclave, and you can also catch us on GoTV channel 184. I am Victoria Bole Diamro. Up next is our news bulletin. Ghana considers mandatory ID verification for access to pornographic websites. Also, President Mahama reaffirms Ghana's readiness to partner global investors to unlock economic opportunities. These and many other stories coming your way shortly. Please stay tuned. On our first story, Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, Samuel Nartey George, has revealed that government is preparing a policy that would require people to verify their identity before accessing adult websites in Ghana. Addressing the House in Parliament, the minister stated that the new proposal, which is being developed for cabinet review, is intended to reduce children's exposure to online pornography. The communication minister cited age verification measures in the United Kingdom as an example and argued that early exposure to explicit content can negatively affect children's development and values. He also linked the initiative to broader efforts to protect children and uphold family and cultural values, while reiterating his support for the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill.
Your Excellencies, it's important that we understand the danger that we face with pornography. And I keep saying that, look, we don't need to rewrite the script. Today in the United Kingdom, for you to access a pornographic website, you need to put your driver's license for them to be able to determine that you are 18 years. Ask yourself why they are doing that. Because they've seen the danger and the damage that pornography and over-sexualization have done to a generation of young UK citizens. And that's why for us, we believe that in Ghana here, and we're working with going to cabinet on that, to make sure that before you access any X-rated site, you must put either your driver's license or your national ID card, so that we know who you are and who is going to that site, to prevent children from being exposed to such content. This is the real threat. Because when a child is over-sexualized at an early age, it affects their development, it affects their thinking, it affects even their morality and their values and their standards. And the only way to break a people is to go after the children. Because when the children are destroyed and damaged, that culture, that culturalization gets damaged. The fight against Africa is not against those of us sitting in this room. We are a lost case. The fight is against our children. And that's why when myself and my colleagues in Ghana introduced the Family Values Bill, one of our key arguments has been that we're fighting for the innocence of Ghanaian children, because our children must be protected and safe. We were protected by our parents in an African family setting. We must do the same for our children and grandchildren.
Away from that, President John Dramani Mahama has reaffirmed Ghana's readiness to work with international partners to unlock new opportunities, strengthen economic resilience, and drive inclusive growth. Speaking at the Africa debate held at the Guildhall in London, President Mahama highlighted Africans' increasing influence in the global economy and called for stronger partnership to support industrialization, innovation, and sustainable development. He stressed that collaboration between African nations and international investors is essential to creating shared prosperity and accelerating economic transformation across the continent. In other news, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Ama Kofi Boah, has called for stronger monitoring and protection of planted trees as Ghana intensifies efforts to ensure the long-term success of its national reforestation program. Speaking at the 2026 Tree for Life Reforestation Initiative on June 5 under the theme Forest and Economies, the minister stressed on the need to improve tree survival rates across the country. He stated that over 31 million trees have been planted in Ghana, surpassing its 30 million target through the collective efforts of government institutions and other stakeholders. He described the achievement as a reflection of strong national collaboration in addressing environmental challenges and encouraged the public to take ownership of planted trees to sustain the gains made under the program. In our last bulletin, leadership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association has strongly condemned the physical assault of a midwife by relatives of a patient at the Community 22 Polyclinic, describing the incident as unacceptable and a direct attack on the nursing and midwifery profession. The association in a statement stressed that no nurse, midwife or healthcare worker should face any form of physical violence while providing essential healthcare services. They believe the healthcare facilities must remain safe spaces dedicated to healing and care, and not environments where healthcare workers fear for their personal security. There is more to this story.
The Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association (GRNMA) is calling on management of the facility involved to take immediate steps to strengthen security within the hospital. The association also appeals to the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, the Christian Health Association of Ghana, teaching hospitals and other health sector agencies to prioritize the safety of nurses and midwives nationwide. Among its demands are the development and enforcement of a national policy on preventing workplace violence in healthcare settings, increased investment in security infrastructure, the establishment of reporting and support systems for victims, and tougher sanctions against perpetrators of violence against healthcare workers.
And that's how we wrap up for Express Updates. I am Victoria Bole Duamo. Do enjoy the rest of our program.